All right, let's dive in. Today we're joining a young pilgrim on a search for a pretty massive truth. What does it really take to walk the path of a bodhisattva? Our guide for this is a really profound chapter from the Avatamsaka Sutra, which basically lays out a cosmic blueprint for enlightenment. So let's follow along on his journey.
So here's the game plan. We're going to follow our pilgrim, Sudhana, as he asks this huge question. We'll see the 10-part answer he gets, witness this incredible cosmic birth story that's just packed with miracles, and then finally, we'll learn the ancient secret of his divine guide. It's a journey that goes from seeking to really truly understanding.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our story kicks off with a seeker named Sudhana. He's made his way to the sacred Lumbini Grove, the birthplace of the Buddha. He's there searching for a divine being, a goddess of the grove, who he thinks holds the key to his entire quest.
And this is the question he asks. This isn't just some casual inquiry. This gets right to the heart of the bodhisattva path. How do you actually go from being just a regular person to becoming a beacon of hope for the entire world? The answer the goddess gives him is the very blueprint we're going to explore today.
Now, you might think she'd offer a simple, one-line piece of advice. But nope, that's not what happens. Instead, she gives Sudhana this really foundational framework, a detailed blueprint for what it takes to be born into the family of the enlightened.
She tells him that the whole path is built on 10 essential qualities. These are called the 10 birth stores. A good way to think of them is like 10 inner treasuries of spiritual power and potential that you absolutely have to cultivate to even begin this kind of profound transformation.
So what are these 10 qualities? What's actually in this blueprint for enlightenment? Let's break down the core of the bodhisattva's path. The goddess lays out a really clear progression, and we'll start by taking a look at the first 6 to see how this cosmic journey gets started. So here are the first 6 stages. You can see there's a real logic to it, can't you? It starts with a foundational vow. Then it moves to waking up the right kind of motivation, and from there to diligently practicing the teachings, or dharma. And it just keeps expanding outward, to a cosmic view of time until, bam, you are truly born into the family of the enlightened. Let's take a closer look at the first 2.
What's so fascinating here is the starting point. It's not some big flash of wisdom or a sudden insight. It's an act of profound humility. The whole journey kicks off with a vow to continuously respect and learn from all those who have walked the path before you, and to do it without ever getting tired. This is the bedrock. Everything else is built on top of this.
Now, if that vow is the bedrock, this next one, this is the engine. This is what powers the entire journey. Arousing the Bodhi mind, or bodhicitta, is that pivotal moment when you awaken this mind of immense, almost unimaginable compassion. The goal isn't just your own enlightenment anymore. It's about achieving ultimate wisdom so that you can save every single being from suffering. That changes everything.
But let's be real. Abstract principles can only get you so far. To make Sudhana truly understand, the goddess shifts gears. She goes from telling to showing. And she uses the very grove they're standing in to tell a story so powerful it makes all these ideas completely concrete.
She basically says, okay, enough talk. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. And she starts to tell the story of the miraculous birth of the Buddha, which happened right there in Lumbini. And this story isn't just ancient history, it's a living, breathing demonstration of the bodhisattva path in action.
And get this, before the birth even happens, the entire world responds. The sutra describes these 10 auspicious signs that completely transformed the grove. The actual ground became as strong as a diamond, divine trees and flowers just appeared out of nowhere, and celestial beings from every realm gathered to witness it. The stage was being set for something that would change the world.
Okay, now we zoom in on the main event, because this is where things get truly wild. We're talking about 10 supernatural miracles that happened as Queen Maya was getting ready to give birth to the future Buddha. And each miracle reveals a different piece of his enlightened nature. The first miracle is one of pure compassion. Light literally starts streaming from every single pore of Queen Maya's body, and it reaches every corner of the world. And this isn't just any light. It has the power to temporarily end all suffering and wipe out the causes of pain. It's like a preview of the Buddha's entire mission.
And this one, wow. This is such a brilliant picture of the concept of interconnectedness. Her womb basically becomes a cosmic mirror, perfectly reflecting the entirety of existence, all worlds, all realms, all at the same time. It's showing us that the birth of a Buddha isn't some local event, it's a universal one that contains all of reality within it.
Okay, this one is just mind-blowing. Through her skin, You could see the entire history of the Bodhisattva's journey, every single past life, every compassionate act, every moment of practice stretching back over countless eons. It makes you see the immense, almost unbelievable effort it took to get to this point. His enlightenment wasn't some accident. It was earned.
And then comes the grand finale, the 10th miracle. As the Bodhisattva is born, this magnificent lotus flower with a diamond stem and jeweled petals just rises up from the earth to receive him. It's such a powerful symbol, right? Just like a pure, pristine lotus grows out of muddy water, enlightenment arises from this world of suffering, totally pure and unstained.
So you can imagine Siddhana is just floored. He's stunned by this whole story. But he has one more question for the goddess. How does she know all of this in such vivid, personal detail? Where did she get this incredible wisdom?
And here it is, the final stunning reveal. She wasn't just a storyteller repeating some old legend. Oh no. She explains that she was there, countless eons ago in a past life, as the nursemaid who actually held an ancient Buddha in her arms the moment he was born.
And this timeline really puts her journey into perspective. I mean, we are talking about a commitment that spans an unimaginable length of time. As the nursemaid Pure Light, the very act of holding that infant bodhisattva triggered her own profound awakening. And ever since then, she has continued her vow to guide others, people just like Sudana, on this very same path.
And then she says the line that just ties it all together, collapsing time and space. It was I myself. This shows that for her, the sacred birth isn't some story from the distant past. It's a timeless reality that she is continuously witnessing. Her wisdom comes from that direct, unbroken experience.
So with this incredible lesson, both a practical blueprint and a story that brought it all to life, Sudana thanks the goddess and continues on his pilgrimage. He hasn't reached the end, not by a long shot, but his understanding of the path has been changed forever. Each teacher he meets illuminates another part of the way.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. The sutra gives us this grand, epic story of a birth filled with cosmic signs and miracles. But it's also a metaphor for an inner process, isn't it? So the question is, what kind of miracle is born inside of us when we truly make that great vow to enlighten the world? What new reality, what new world comes into being then? Something to think about. Thanks for watching.